Welcome to Secrets in the Shadows. My name is William. Today we're delving into a story so shocking, so heartbreaking, that it will leave you questioning everything about fairness and justice in this world. Before we start, I want to issue a viewer discretion advised. This episode discusses graphic violence and the murder of a family, including children. Please take care of yourself while watching this. Let's begin. It was December 24th, 2007, a snowy Christmas Eve in Carnation, Washington. Carnation is a small, quiet town nestled in King County, surrounded by dense forests and far removed from the bustling streets of Seattle. The picturesque setting seemed perfect for a peaceful holiday. Families were gathered around fireplaces, sharing gifts and laughter, and the Anderson family was no exception. Their home was warmly lit and adorned with festive decorations, and the smell of Christmas dinner filled the air. Wayne Anderson, 60, a dedicated Boeing engineer, and his wife Judy, 61, a hardworking postal worker, were known for their kindness and generosity. They had opened their home to their children, Scott Anderson, 32, and his wife Erica, also 32, along with their two young children, Olivia, 5, and Nathan, 3. The family's gathering was a tradition filled with joy, laughter, and love. No one could have imagined the nightmare that would soon unfold. While the Andersons were preparing for their celebration, two individuals, family members they trusted, were preparing for something far more sinister. Michele Anderson, Wayne, and Judy's 29-year-old daughter, was someone who had grown up in the warmth of this very home. However, over the years, she had become increasingly estranged from her family. Michele's resentment stemmed from financial disputes and what she perceived as years of unfair treatment. She believed her parents had favored her brother, Scott, and felt abandoned by them emotionally and financially. This bitterness festered into a dangerous rage. Joseph McEnroe, Michele's boyfriend, was described as quiet and unassuming. Originally from California, Joseph had a troubled past and struggled to maintain steady employment. His relationship with Michele became his primary focus, and he was deeply devoted to her. This devotion, however, would lead him down a dark path. Together, Michele and Joseph began plotting to murder the Anderson family. Michele believed this act would resolve her grievances and prevent anyone from standing in her way. The couple meticulously planned their actions, purchasing handguns and rehearsing their alibi. They were determined to leave no witnesses, making their plan all the more chilling. On that fateful Christmas Eve, Michele and Joseph drove to the Anderson home. The house was decorated with Christmas lights, a beacon of holiday cheer in the snowy landscape. Inside, Wayne and Judy were unaware of the danger that had arrived at their doorstep. At approximately 4 p.m., Michele and Joseph entered the home under the pretense of a visit. They chatted briefly with Wayne and Judy before Joseph suddenly pulled out a handgun. Without hesitation, he shot Wayne in the face. Judy, in shock and terror, tried to flee, but Michele shot her in the back. As Judy lay injured, Joseph delivered a second, fatal shot to ensure she was dead. The horror didn't end there. Michele and Joseph remained in the home, waiting for Scott, Erica, and their children to arrive. When Scott and his family entered, they were met with unimaginable violence. Scott was shot first, followed by Erica, who tried to shield her children. Despite their pleas, Michele and Joseph showed no mercy. Olivia, just 5 years old, and Nathan, only 3, were killed to eliminate any potential witnesses. This cold-blooded decision highlighted the depths of their cruelty. For 2 days, the Anderson home remained eerily silent. Friends and co-workers grew concerned when they couldn't reach Wayne, Judy, or Scott. On December 26th, a postal worker and close friend of Judy's visited the home to check on them. What they found was a scene of unimaginable horror. The bodies of Wayne, Judy, Scott, Erica, Olivia, and Nathan were discovered in various rooms of the house, surrounded by the remnants of their holiday celebration. The police were called immediately, and the investigation began. Detectives noted that there were no signs of forced entry, indicating the perpetrators were likely known to the family. Suspicion quickly fell on Michele and Joseph, who were arrested within days. During their interrogations, both confessed to the murders, providing chilling details of their plan and execution. The road to justice for the Anderson family was long and fraught with delays. Michele Anderson's trial was postponed multiple times due to legal complications, including her decision to represent herself at one point. Ultimately, in 2016, nearly 9 years after the murders, Michele was convicted of 6 counts of aggravated first-degree murder. The jury spared her the death penalty, instead sentencing her to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Joseph McEnroe faced trial in 2015. His defense team argued that he was manipulated by Michele and could not act independently. Despite these claims, the jury found him guilty of 6 counts of aggravated first-degree murder. Like Michele, he was sentenced to life without parole. The trials revealed harrowing details about the murders and the perpetrators' motives. Michele's sense of entitlement and Joseph's blind loyalty created a deadly combination that resulted in the loss of 6 innocent lives. Even with both perpetrators behind bars, many questions remain. Could anyone have foreseen or prevented this tragedy? Friends and neighbors later reported noticing Michele's growing anger and estrangement from her family, but no one imagined it would lead to such violence. The case also highlighted systemic failures in addressing family conflicts and mental health issues. Michele's grievances, though rooted in financial disputes, escalated unchecked. Joseph's willingness to participate in such heinous acts raises questions about his mental state and the influence Michele had over him. The Anderson family's story is a heartbreaking reminder of the devastating consequences of unresolved anger and resentment. Their loss continues to haunt the community of Carnation, leaving an indelible mark on its history. To this day, the Anderson family home remains a chilling reminder of that Christmas tragedy. The community has worked to heal, but the scars run deep. Michele and Joseph remain in prison, serving their life sentences, but their actions have left a void that can never be filled. If you or someone you know is struggling with anger, resentment, or thoughts of violence, please seek help. Resources are available to prevent tragedies like this from happening again. Thank you for joining me on Secrets in the Shadows. Stories like these are difficult but important to tell. If you found this story compelling, please consider subscribing and turning on notifications. It helps us continue to bring you in-depth stories that uncover the darkest corners of humanity. Stay safe, stay aware, and remember, sometimes the biggest secrets are hidden in the shadows. Until next time.